Jurassic Park, here we come. I believe that this day will be remembered and will have historical significance up there with like the invention of the internet, with some of the greatest accomplishments in human history. Some of you might think I'm being a little exaggeratory, but this is something that many people during their lifetime and myself have thought one day they'll do this or not. One day, the human race will figure out how to take an extinct animal and bring it back. And here we are, the dire wolf. I'm not super familiar with the dire wolf. I'm not somebody that studies wolves or has any extensive knowledge. But you don't have to be knowledgeable to understand the significance of bringing back an animal that's been extinct for 10,000 years. Now, there's a lot of arguing and speculation as to, is this even a dire wolf? Is it just a gray wolf? I wanted to jump into this video and watch footage and get to hear them, which I think is insane.
Over 10,000 years ago, a howl was lost to time. But today it returns. Meet Remus.
That is absolutely crazy. Remus looks like that was when it was a puppy. Absolutely insane to see an animal that hasn't existed in 10,000 years, and there it is. I'm in the camp that these things are dire wolves, even though that they are derived from gray wolf. Gray wolf DNA is 99 something % similar to the dire wolf, so I believe that this is actually that animal.
And Romulus.
I'd like to point out those names are dope. Just by the way.
First two dire wolves since the Pleistocene era. At just 15 days old, the pups take their first wobbly steps before a much-needed nap time.
I mean, come on.
At 1 month, the pups enter a pivotal stage of development. The transitional phase. Here, they begin to growl, chew, and take the first steps into the world beyond the den.
Heck yeah. Puppy time.
But growing up is no small task, and these little ones have certainly earned their rest.
Yo, whoever's editing these videos is insane. This feels like I'm watching, like, a movie. This is crazy.
3 months in, the pups begin socialization, a key phase in their development. Weaning starts gradually.
Bro, that thing looks massive for 3 months. Like, this is a 3-month-old dog. That's crazy.
Play sharpens their instincts and strengthens their bonds.
What a beautiful animal. Wow. Look at the tail on that thing. All white fur. That's very very cool, I think. I like the fur. I didn't think it would be all white. Because a lot of depictions of these wolves were like gray, red, mixes of color. I didn't realize they were all white.
And with a mouthful of growing teeth, chewing is serious business. Antlers and sticks help keep their fangs fit and strengthen their bones. At 5 months, a new instinct awakens. The pups begin to sense structure, challenge one another, and learn the rules of the pack.
Wow, 5 months. Look how majestic. 5 months. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast where the founder of Colossus talks about the weight. He said that this animal is 80 pounds right now at 5 months. Bro, I have a Australian Shepherd that is 5 years old. He weighs 80 pounds, and he's a big Australian Shepherd. He's got a big head, big paws. For that thing to be 5 months old at 80 pounds is insane to think how big it's going to get. So a couple different sources saying they weigh between 125 and 175 pounds. This says 130 to 150 pounds. I mean, that is insane. How much bigger it is than a traditional gray wolf. That's crazy. I know wolves in general are just massive animals, but for this thing to be that big is crazy. 150 pounds is a beast. That's a machine pack of 150-pound primitive animals. That's absolutely crazy.
Is marked by rapid growth and an emerging awareness of social hierarchy. Tussles, tackles, and toothy grins. Roughhousing may look like play, but it's serious practice for life in the pack.
You know, watching this video has made me realize like why so many people feel very different about whether this is actually a dire wolf, and I think it's because people look at this animal and see it's just a dog. Like they see a dog, they see a gray wolf, they see something that, you know, it doesn't look abnormal. Like if they were to spawn in a woolly mammoth and it was this just massive, larger than life, furry animal, I think that's the moment where everybody shifts and goes, "Oh wow, like that's a woolly mammoth." But because this is a dog, a lot of people look at it and say, "Well, that's just a dog. That's just a gray wolf. That's not a dire wolf. The dire wolf was completely different characteristics, blah, blah, blah. That's just a gray wolf with white fur." And I think when we talk about species and the specific naming of an animal, what is the definition? How do you describe an animal as a different species? It's usually by its characteristics, its habits, its looks. If this animal matches what we think they did 10,000 years ago and it looks like it, then, you know, that's, to me, that is the thing. That is, I think these are dire wolves.
But wait, there's more. Meet Khaleesi, the first female direwolf brought back from extinction.
Yo.
She may be small now, but she's destined to stand as an equal among her brothers. A fierce force in the making.
What's crazy to me is that these guys are doing this out of not entertainment or, hey, let's see how far we can push this. Like these guys want to bring back animals that have been extinct because of potentially human interference. And some of these animals, like the direwolf, they claim it could have been a mix of natural events and humans, but like, you know, if humans had a hand in it, you know, let's bring them back. And I think that's super cool that that's one of their philosophies at that company. And everyone's first like thought is like, oh my God, dinosaurs, Jurassic Park, T-Rex, Velociraptor. That's not on the table quite yet. Or like Megalodon, something crazy. You know, these guys have to use ancient DNA. And I guess from what I understand is ancient DNA is insanely difficult to get hold of, and it has to have like X amount of DNA in the thing that you find for it to even be plausible. So I don't think dinosaurs are on the table anytime soon. I do think animals like the dodo bird, you know, woolly mammoth, there's a lot of animals that I think that this company could bring back, and whether you think it's that animal or not, they're still putting an effort toward bringing back species that are gone. And some people are going to say, well, they should be using their time and money and effort in preserving what exists now, animals that are going to go extinct. They work with this, the founder claimed that they do work with people and companies that do that help to preserve animals that are on the extinct list. And those efforts, I think people think that like it's just as simple as like, well, just get a bunch of people together and protect the animals and make sure they're okay, and then boom, problem solved. Species and animals going extinct is way more complicated than that. What I think these guys are doing is, I do think of it's like two different ways. Like one, it's amazing, but it's also like mad scientist level. I mean, we're talking about gene editing and creating things. It's like you know, I don't think they're gonna go to like these extremes where people think they're gonna go, like making dinosaurs, but like in the future, you know, this may not be the only company that does that. There will be other companies potentially come up and say, hey, we are gonna make the T-Rex, we are gonna make the Velociraptor. And yeah, I mean, it's something to think about, but I do think that having this one giant step of, here it is, we did it, this isn't a clone, this is actually like ancient DNA derived. I mean, the crazy part of me says like I want a Jurassic Park-esque zoo of like extinct animals. I think that would be absolutely insane. But then that's probably not, that's they say that they don't want to do it for the entertainment purpose. They want to do it for research purpose and preservation, which right on. Like that's how it should be. And I think I do, the child in me is like, dude, I want to go see these things. I want to, I want to pet them. I want to feed them. I want to see them in person. And I think this is only the beginning, though. I think they're definitely gonna do more animals. It's just which ones do they do, and like how far does it go? The woolly mammoth is next. The guy said it. They're trying to do the woolly mammoth, and yeah, this is crazy. Anyway, guys, that's it. I kind of wanted to just share this. I know a lot of people have already seen this, and a lot of people are already aware of these animals, and there's tons of opinions on like, is it a wolf? Is it a dire wolf? Is this ethical? Like all these things, and like, I mean, yeah, it is. It's a very strange thing, but also I think this is a moment that I think this is huge. I think this is something that is gonna be remembered as like a turning point for better or worse. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's dire wolf? Do you think these are dire wolves? Do you think these are just gray wolves? Do you think that they should be even doing this? Do you think editing genes and DNA is right or wrong? I'd love to know what you guys think about this. And yeah, thanks.